Hello, YouTube. This is Ryan, aka the Habitual Line Stepper. Just thought I'd drop a video for you guys today, real quick before I start my work day. I'm fortunate enough to have worked for a company that allows you to work from home from time to time, half time. But nevertheless, I want to drop this on you guys. Um, Preserve your peace. I can't express that enough. Um, Everything that you do in life should be centered around preserving your peace. Life is going to throw all kinds of surprises at you, some good, some bad, and you have to be focused on what it is in your life that you have to have around you that's going to help you preserve your peace. There are people out here who just want to see the world burn. I don't understand it because I don't have that mindset. I want the world to be peaceful. I want people to be peaceful. I want people to love each other. The reality is that's not the case. My perception on life is totally different from another person's perception on life. So they're not necessarily give a damn about peace. They want the world to burn. They want to get everything that they possibly can out the world. They don't care about the negativity or whatever damage it does to anybody else as long as they're good. That even means their own family. Some people are just that way. Me personally, I don't want to understand it. I don't care to understand it. You have terrible people in this world. Um, Unfortunately, those people tend to be in positions that can make your life challenging in a lot of regards. I believe there's a lot more great people in the world, good people in the world, or I should say nice people in the world, but they don't seem to bark as loud. They don't seem to cause the stir when things are not right as much as they should. Otherwise, some of the things that happen to us in this life or happen to us as a whole wouldn't be happening. But anyway, in the midst of all that, you have to iron out in your little section of the world peace. I'm willing to die pursuing it. I plan on pursuing it all the way up until my last breath, um, because that's what's going to keep you sane. Making sure that whatever you do in this life is going to be supportive of what your intent is in this life. Since my intent is peace, I'm bent on doing everything I could possibly do to be at peace. That doesn't mean, making sure everybody around me is peaceful because I can't, that's their own battle. I can just promise you that I'm not going to be the person who's going to disrupt your peace. I'm going to be the person who is going to at, try to be at even keel all the time, try to be of sound mind all the time. Like I said, things happen in life. We're only human. But I'm not going to be the one knowingly making your life harder than what it's supposed to be. Intentionally. That's not going to be my intent. If it is, let me know. Now, if you have it coming, that's a totally different thing. I do believe in pursuing peace, but I also believe in do not be a pushover, or don't allow people to just use you and abuse you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying pursue peace in the sense that you are good with what you set up. You can sleep well at night knowing that you didn't do anybody dirty who did not deserve it, where you've put yourself in the best possible position so you can be at peace, the world around you is not chaotic. You do those things. That should be your focus. I heard a saying. I can't remember who the person who said it was, but they said it's best to be a warrior in a garden than be a gardener in a war. I believe everybody should have the capacity to wreak havoc, but that should be your last resort. And it should only be used when your life, what you're trying to do, is being compromised. if you're trying to be a peaceful person, you have somebody coming into your life that is destructive, wreaking chaos, wreaking havoc, yes, you put that to an end. And I'm not saying necessarily violently, okay? I mean, that's the last resort. But I'm talking about if you have that coworker that you're a good worker. You come to work every day. You do your job. You don't cause anybody any problems. You just want to be the best coworker you can, so you can get your money, go home, and enjoy that money and the goals that you have for your life. But if you have that coworker who is, you know, just detrimental, just detrimental to what you're trying to do, just a negative person all the time, you know, you have to communicate, to them or the powers that be, whoever making the call, and let them know, hey, what you got going on, I sympathize with you, but it's not going to go on with me. And you don't have to necessarily have a lot of conversation or any conversation, really. I've learned that over time, you can make people bend to your will or to how to treat you without necessarily having to say a word. Actions mean everything. I don't get into a whole lot of arguments anymore, only because I've realized that most times people aren't going to hear you anyway. And then you're going to take me out of character, and now people are going to judge me based on my response to you. You're going to be like, oh, I didn't know Ryan was like that. I don't want to give anybody any precedence in terms of how, of saying, oh, I've seen him get mad before. I've seen him get angry. I don't want people to see me out of control. At the end of the day, it's not that serious. I can communicate with you on the job, to get the project done or whatever assignments you have to get done. That's fine. But after that, we don't have to share any fond memories. We don't have to, you have to know about my personal life. I don't care to know about your personal life. We can keep this business, because at the end of the day, the focus is the money when it comes to work, because that money is going to facilitate what you're going to do. It's great if you have a job that you love. If you have a job that you love, that's chef's kiss. A career that you love, that's chef's kiss. That's just perfect. I mean, that's the perfect scenario. Most of us, that's not necessarily the scenario. So the focus has to be, let me get this money. Let me do what I have to do. Now, if the job becomes so unbearable, yes, then ultimately you need to decide what you want to do. If you want to leave that job or if you can endure. But if it's unbearable, I'm pretty much sure that, it's to the point where it's breaking you. You have to look at something. Sometimes it's addition by subtraction. Sometimes you might have to take a lesser role or a lesser position just to keep your peace of mind. I'm not for leaving money on the table, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do to maintain your sanity. Now, if you have family that you're supporting and things like that, those are variables that you have to take into account in terms of how much you want to endure and how much you can sacrifice in order to maintain your peace. It's a slippery slope. The balance can sometimes be off, but like I said, there's no written instructions in terms of how to navigate through this life. Only thing I recommend is that you put your peace of mind as a priority and don't put it as a secondary, because if you don't put it as a priority, you'll find yourself always depleted, always wanting. I'm personally at the mindset you have to keep yourself at 100%, and you give that extra. You give that if you're 101%, you give that 1%. You're 120%, you give that 20%. But you don't give your 100%, because if you're not in the game, if you're not at 100% capacity, you can't help people around you. If you're at 75, 85, even 99, anything that depletes you of that 100% is going to be detrimental to your life. It's going to be detrimental, because at some point you're going to burn out and you're not going to be good to anybody. When it comes to family, same thing. Peace of mind is over everything. You have family members, and it's hard because those are your family members. Sometimes you can't get away from them. Sometimes, at least it appears that way. Especially if you're a younger person, because, if you're in a household where you have a parent or a sibling, and you're under the age of 18, you're limited. Even if you're above the age of 18, let's say you're an adult, but you're still somewhat dependent on your folks, you can't get away. you still have to practice peace of mind within that capacity, and you have to game plan. If you're 18 and up, you got to determine what you want to do, because if you're going to sit home, you're going to be subject to whatever tirades or inconveniences or frustrations that you're going to have. It's just plain as day. You're going to have to deal with it. So you have to think, what can I do to get out of this? Does that mean taking up a couple of jobs so I'm not home that much? Does it mean me going to school? Does it mean me taking up a trade? Does it mean me reading more, going to libraries, reading more books, being out and about? Maybe I need to maybe I don't have a car. I need to get a car so I have a little bit of freedom so I can go where I want. You have to game plan and think what you want to do in order to maintain your peace or establish some peace, because I do believe in my whole heart that you have to pursue peace through this life, but you have to get away, because you have family who, just because you're family, they think that they can disrespect, they think they can say whatever they say, and then they'll say, oh, well, we're family, we go through things. No, there's a certain level of respect that you deserve. And if you're constantly being disrespected, consistently being disrespected, for me personally, if I'm disrespected once, that's enough for me. Once you disrespect me enough, that's enough. Because again, I search for peace. But when it comes to now, when it's time for me to switch over into that warrior instead of that gardener, I'm gonna be that warrior, and I'm gonna let you know, it ain't gonna go like that. I run my life in a way where I do everything I can do to be respectful to others, but I'm respectful to myself. I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me and put me in a light that is not favorable to me. I know my heart, and so I'm not going to. I'm not. So when it's time for me to switch to warrior, it's pretty bad for them, because at this point I'm thinking, I've been trying to be nice. I've allowed you every pathway, to make it right, and you decided to continue to go down that road where, you're basically pushing me. You're applying pressure, and so now I have to let you know. When it comes to, like I said, finances, same thing. Money. People say the money is the root of all evil. No, that statement has been misquoted so many times. It's not money that's the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. You shouldn't love money, but you need money. Everything that you do in this life, money will make it easier. Relationships will be easier because you allow yourself some options. If you're dating as a man, you can do more in terms of taking this woman out. After you've done the vetting and all that, you realize, okay, this is a woman who I want to proceed with. And find out more about, get to know, you have more options to do these things. When it comes to money for me is protection. And protection is peace of mind. I value money in the sense that money allows me to not have to tolerate intolerable people or intolerable circumstances. So again, it provides you options. If I don't like something, the way somebody's doing something, and I have my money in place where I'm not beholden to you, I can walk away. I can get a plane ticket and fly out. I can get another hotel room. I can quit a job because I don't necessarily need that money from that particular employer. Because I have money saved, I can actually walk away, have enough money saved up where I can go and I can basically go without a job for a little while until I find something else, maybe another career, maybe another business, whatever. You build these pillars to sustain you and for you to stabilize you, so you're not blowing in the wind. You want to allow yourself as much opportunity as you possibly can to pursue peace. Now, I can go on, and I'll probably throughout my YouTube career here, I'll probably come back to pursue peace, because I believe that people pursue everything else, no matter what, and they're like, damn everything else, I'm gonna pursue peace. I'm gonna pursue everything else: money, women, cars, things that are if I'm sorry for the ladies, I'm pursue this man, whatever you think is going to be surround your happiness or enable you to be happy. You chase everything else except the thing that will actually give you a better pathway, and that's peace. Removing people out of your life who are negative, removing certain circumstances out of your life, building yourself in a way that allows you clarity and opportunity. And so, and options. Those things, will help facilitate your peace. So I say all that to say, and I'm sorry, this is not, like I said, I want this to go on longer, but I do have to get ready to work in a few, log on and all that stuff. But I just wanted to say, pursue peace with all your might, with all your heart. Just constantly pursue it. Don't give up on it. Pursue it, focus on it. Trust me, in the long run, you will understand. Even in the short run, the things that you do to pursue your peace and ensure your peace will give you so much joy, so much happiness. Anyway, I thank you. If you got anything from this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. I hope to go live one day because I like to interact with you guys. But right now I'm building this channel, so hopefully, like I said, it'll grow quick and I can do it on live and we can converse and we can share ideas and go forward. I like to reach out to people. I like to help people. I have a lot of life experience, a lot of wisdom I'd like to share, and I'm also willing to learn from other people because this life, you never get to the point where you just learned enough. So anyway, enjoy your day. Pursue peace with everything that you got. Let's get it.